Hello everybody, welcome back to the Shadowventure Devlog. Today we're going to talk about the levels and the changes made over the last 2 weeks. So let's begin. Real quick though, you can join our Discord server where I'll give announcements about Shadowventure and you can talk to us developers. We also do some fun events every once in a while, like stand-up comedy, which we'll be doing tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss out. Link will be in the description. So I got some exciting news to start off this week's devlog with. We've begun building the world to Shadowventure. We're at a point in development where we can just go and begin the world, and anything that needs added can be added as we go. I've started work on the first area of the game, which is the jungle. The platforming in the jungle will consist of a lot of vine platforming and also some collapsing ground tiles. More on that later. The selection of enemies consists of spiders, which are more generic and will walk up to you and attack you. There are also monkeys, which will sit up in the trees and throw rocks at you, and French parrots, which will throw explosive baguettes at you. That was Carson's idea, by the way. Carson has also begun work on some areas later in the game. Now, I'm sure when playing a platforming game, you've encountered some type of tile that will collapse below your feet. You can probably guess where I'm going with this, so yes, I added these to Shadowventure. They will appear like other tiles in the game, except for the cracks that will appear over the texture. Upon stepping on them, they'll shake for a small amount of time before shattering. In the last devlog, you might remember that I added the wall jump move to the game. So, continuing with moves, I've added the overhead swing and ground pound attacks this week. The overhead swing will damage enemies above you instead of the ones in the direction you're facing, and the ground pound will cause you to travel downwards very quickly, hurting anything in your path. I haven't animated these yet, so that's why they look a little funny. Now for some smaller changes. Pretty much the only smaller change I made was the addition of these little tooltips that appear over your head that will help you learn the controls. I also optimized the game a little bit because I was getting a really bad FPS in the map I was working on, and I'll probably have to optimize the game a little more in the future. Now there is one more not so small change, and that is I've begun working on Steam integration. I'm currently working on trying to sync the game's achievement system to the Steam achievements, which is close to working. Although I've also been working on the store page for the game, which means you'll be able to wishlist Shadowventure when the page goes live. So stick around for that. But with that, don't forget to subscribe, join the GigaForge Discord, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.